Do these homemade Crayola erasers actually erase? Don't be licking your butt, please. Hi there. Today on SoCraftastic, I'm going to be testing the Crayola Eraser Maker Craft Kit. Oh, that was a corner catch. Ow. This is an entire series that I have here on this channel, a craft kit testing extravaganza I've been doing for many years. It recently had a comeback and you guys really seem to like the Crayola marker maker, so I'll link that below along with my entire playlist. And I thought it might be fun if for the next craft kit testing, you get to vote on the craft kit that I test. So comment below, out of all these, which one? We are out in the garage. That's the previous craft kit I filmed. Do you think anyone would be willing to pay for socks and flippy content? Just kidding, kind of. Then we have Craft Kit Mountain. If you recall, last time I took a trip to Craft Kit Mountain, I chose the craft kit at the very bottom. Today is pretty much the same story. Instead of being at the very bottom, it is one up from the bottom. This is very butt shot. Here we go. Hopefully this will be a fun, happy project. You want to see what we got? It's the eraser maker. You want to see? Oh, last time you really liked the marker maker, I thought. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb your laying. I have obtained the infamous oil spill scissors. In this kit, we get to make 6 custom erasers. There's actually molds for them and they look pretty cute. With this kit, no, don't be licking your butt, please. You're loud. With this kit, we are going to be able to create custom color erasers that really work. There's a strawberry. Let's bust in to the kit. Only one piece of tape that made it really easy. Then we have this machine part. The base of the machine. This looks like a mushroom. I like it. Then the rest of the stuff is tucked into this little box here. Here is the instruction sheet, and then we have a box full of goodies. Oh, here's some, oh, I was gonna say white, but it looks like, oh my gosh, if this molded, I don't know. It looks gray and black on top. Oh, it's activator. I'm kind of nervous about this stuff. There are 3 Crayola pencils and they're actually already sharpened. That's nice. They're number 2 pencils. They say Crayola all over them and have a green eraser. Other than the standard pink, even though pink, that pencil just stabbed my leg. Just kind of went like that, it's fine. Let's go. I don't know how I'm gonna get these back in here to film the close-ups. Maybe I'm not. There are these 6 clear 2-piece molds. They pull apart really easily and they are 3D, of course. Then there are 6 of these hole punch lids that fit right on there nicely. In addition to those things, of course, the most important part, the eraser compound. Is that what they call it? Color compound. There's really not a lot of this stuff. I'm hoping it didn't dry up. It looks pretty shiny still. Get my reaction of, oh yeah, it's definitely still. Oh, that feels really cool. I don't know, it's kind of a stickier polymer clay. It's fun. I'm pretty sure it's still gonna work. This is everything. Eraser mold storage. I mean, after you use all the eraser compound, are you really gonna keep this around? Just kind of line them up in here like blocks. Imagine just 6 little blocks every day. Here's the smiley face. Oh wait, I thought it was a happy face. It's frown. One side is a smiley face and one side is a frown. I really like that. This is probably the best part of the kit. I don't know why that's so exciting, but I like it. I don't think these things have a name, but this just goes here. And, gotta kinda tweak it a little to get that in. And then this goes in the front. Cool, cool, cool. Without further ado, let's get into the actual eraser making. Little symbols. All right, now I'm starting from scratch. I'm gonna set up the workstation step by step. So once the base is in place, you can see me snap that extruder structure into the center-ish followed by its pusher piece, you know, the mushroom hat. Next up come the 6 pokey piercers. Okay, they're labeled as hole punch lids, but I think my name is way more fun to say. Got those all set up. They kind of look like Pinocchio. Who remembers the goldfish's name in that movie, by the way? That's what we're going to name this first eraser mold. Then comes a muffin, or a cupcake, or a chubby mushroom. Number 3 of 6 is a swirly shelled snail. 4 is the strawberry, a cake slice, and the double-sided face. Now everything's in place. Time to bring out the 3 colors of eraser compound and the moldy cheese. Okay, before we move on to making the first eraser, let's take a moment to appreciate some satisfying squeezes, smushes, swirly twirlies, shape-shifting. That red really didn't give much of a performance. And wrapping it up with a poke and a pull. Lovely. Somehow after all that, I'm only on step number 2. The smile switcher is the first up to bat. Gave it a little slide. Then on to step 3. This activator stuff still looks questionable, but after giving it a good mix, now it seems to be better. I rolled it into a little ball and I'm pressing it into the bigger well, making sure to smooth the top so it's level. Then removing it, shaping it into a ball yet again, placing it off to the side here, and grabbing yellow to repeat those same steps over again. Except the activator was slightly in the way, so I nudged him over. Okay, that looks good. Now there are 2 equal balls, and they're gonna get 30 seconds on the clock to work some magic. This 30 seconds is barely enough to get the job done, by the way, because the goal for this mixture is to not get hard before the main event. I know, right? So I'm shoving this soft log in the hole, hoping to quickly give the mold its fill, but I can't, by popping in the pusher on top, like so. Ooh, a perfect fill. But while I was changing camera angles and grabbing the plastic punch top, the window of workable time almost closed because it was a bit difficult to push the piece in, and the mold has these gaps, as you can see. I think it'll still be fine, but we'll find out later in the video. Until then, the undocumented step is to rid the tunnel of any leftover residue, because the next sausage up, per se, is going to bring its own flavor. Ooh, honestly, that may have been the worst line I've ever used in a video. Sorry, but I'm leaving it in. Not even gonna mention the fingering, oops. Moving on to the cake slice mold, this time I'm going to mix 2 colors together, red and blue. Individually, they need to go into the small well. Then I'm gonna join them together. They kind of look like jelly beans. And I'm just demonstrating here that they do indeed now fill the larger well pretty much perfectly. The light gray putty is getting its turn to be measured, and once the 2 halves are equally matched, they are getting very quickly combined, rolled into a thin log shape, and inserted into the extruder contraption in the eraser making factory. I know that wasn't a perfect push, but it worked, so we'll go with it. Again though, I feel like I didn't do everything quite quickly enough. The probe cap was struggling a bit to push down and remain in place. So we have another, ooh, it'll do for number 2. Now let's bid our adieu to the mostly hardened purple residue. Okay, no more rhyming for the rest of this voiceover. That was just enough. For the 3rd eraser, this swirly shelled snail, I'm going to attempt to swirl green and yellow together. I thought maybe breaking everything up into little pieces would be the best way to go, and I did get some decent results in terms of the compounds being combined thoroughly, in addition to also looking marbled. Plus, I must have mixed and extruded this one more quickly because the white lid went on so easily this time. The compound felt softer and there aren't any gaps between the plastic parts. Cool. I'm experimenting with my own rules for eraser number 4. You can see I already have the 2 parts of the putty sitting on the sidelines, and I cut a piece of duct tape that is long enough to wrap all around both halves of the strawberry mold. I opened my own eraser factory, what can I say? Put in my 2 weeks at the other job and said, peace out. And here at my business, we do things a little bit differently. meaning no extruder tunnel included. The eraser compound goes straight from hand to mold. I am still utilizing the mushroom tool though. I feel like the other factory had a good thing with that. So this ended up working really well. In an effort to increase the hypothetical profit margins at my new self-run eraser factory, I'm seeing if it's possible to use less duct tape to secure the mold together. Well, would you look at that, it is. For this one, I'm mixing half the total amount of eraser compound at first to fill only the top of the muffin mold with red. Then I'm working as fast as I possibly can, and it seems to be working great. The yellow filled the base and the lid was really easy to push down into the putty. Okay, now we have reached the final mold, number 6. I mixed an orange color, then swirled that with yellow. Of course, that needs to be fully combined with the activator before shoving it all into the opening of the mold. I do think my personal factory steps, you know, skipping the extruder tunnel, is preferred by me, mainly because there's less chance I'll run out of time during the filling and capping process. 1 second, the entire group is together, and thanks to the magic of video editing, the next second, I'm about to demold the dual smiley frowny face. In reality, this was, I believe, the next day, but at minimum, you only need to wait about 30 minutes for the eraser compound to completely set and harden. It is a bit rougher on the edges, not literally rough, but I mean in terms of having excess eraser outside of the desired shape. I'm using a pair of scissors to trim this away as best as I can, which truthfully, it still looks messy here. So I experimented with some erasing motions to hopefully smooth out the join line even more. It's a little bit better now. Spoiler alert, I don't think I can really say the same positive things about the cake slice. Sorry, little guy. As you can see, it ended up looking quite tattered and some of the patterns are actually peeling away in thin layers. Not the greatest. Hopefully though, the snail will have a more attractive makeover. Well, unless he gets eaten by a giant orange cat. Phoenix. Okay, nope. I guess the snail was deemed as unappetizing by Mr. Phoenix. Good choice. You know what is appetizing though? This beautiful, inedible strawberry. Let me reiterate, inedible. I know I shouldn't have to tell you not to eat erasers, but I also probably shouldn't describe inanimate objects as appetizing. So I'm just making sure we're all on the same page here, especially because this next one is also fake food. Like I said before, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a muffin. However, with the colors I used, the way I put them in the mold, and because the maybe chocolate chips or blueberries kinda look like spots, this eraser also resembles a mushroom, in my opinion. Last up to be revealed from the original lineup is this orange fish that I was briefly holding upside down. Ah, here we go. Much better. I soon realized none of the erasers I had made were pure blue. So I created a secret lineup that is currently making its debut. Wait, shoot. That rhyme was honestly not intended whatsoever. Anyway, I thought brown would be a great addition to show more of a range of colors that can be mixed with this kit. And this half and half smiley has to be my absolute favorite. Now for the experiment that went incredibly wrong. I was trying to show you that you can make different shapes with the leftover eraser compound if you want to, which you technically can, but not if the said mold was constructed with amazing mold putty. That's right, the quote-unquote eraser compound that Crayola included in this kit is actually a type of 2-part silicone, and apparently it will fuse to already hardened silicone and completely ruin it. I learned that the hard way. Yay, science! No, it's okay though. I'm more than happy to accidentally take one for the team, so none of you will make the same mistake. You're welcome. Finally, it's time for the moment of truth. Do these homemade Crayola erasers actually erase? And if so, how do they compare to these other types of erasers? Sorry, my cats were watching birds on the TV in the background. I didn't have the heart to turn it off on them. So there might be some tweets and wing flappies in the background as it's supposed to be ASMR erasing. Oh well. You see that I used one of the pencils that Crayola included in this kit to create the test swatches for all 4 contenders. They have to have an even playing field. First up, we have the very first eraser that I made with said kit. Followed by the little green eraser on the top of the pencil, one of the 3. This very colorful heart eraser I created with Sculpey eraser clay many years ago. Here's the video it was from. And finishing the battle off with my personal favorite eraser, this Mars Plastic one by Staedtler. Ooh, that was really smooth. Now, to be fair, it's probably not very often that anyone will need to erase a huge blob splotch of graphite scribbles. So here I'm showing a more realistic / common erasing scenario. Star points to you if you happen to recognize these quotes I'm using and which show they're from. A classic. A kind of newer classic, but still gonna go down in history. It already has. Had to throw the now unusable silicone mold into the running as well, since I learned it's part of the eraser family. Go figure. Here's the rating I've decided upon for the 4 original players. Do you agree with my decisions? By the way, this is my mini desk vacuum. If you've never met her before, she's a very efficient eraser dust cleaner upper. I feel like she needs a name. Let's go with Lola. Lola and I are curious, which eraser from this video is your personal favorite? Leave a comment below, please. Please check out these videos if you're interested. I just posted them and not a lot of people saw them, so I'm giving them a little bit of a push here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one and you want to see more craft kit testing, of course, check out the playlist in the description box below, as well as the iCard up in the corner of my entire craft kit testing playlist. That was a breathful. And also vote for the craft kit you want to see me test next. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of the day. Bye. The cats were sleeping for most of this. This is wonderful. Here we are. We're ready for another craft video. I think I'm too far away. Whatever. The box. All right, that's the wrap.